That was another thing that I had here was an article. I brought along an article that this guy wrote. He was right after they had built the World Trade Center buildings. He was in there as a photographer, and then it's a long story, but they kind of mistook him for some other workers. And anyway, he was sitting in listening to all of this, and he was talking to these people, and what he discovered is they knew back then that the buildings were condemned, that they were going to have to be destroyed because they couldn't stand. So back in 1988, they realized that they were going to have to destroy these buildings, but the problem is destroying these new buildings was going to cost more than anyone could do. So you see in the early 90s, they start doing what some people call predictive programming. They start having, through cartoons and movies and everything, showing the World Trade Center being destroyed by planes hitting it or whatnot. They're starting to show us back early in the 90s, and I showed some of that in my talk 2 years ago. So they knew clear back in 1988 that they were going to have to destroy these buildings. So they've had a long time. They had a long time to work this whole script up. And I'm sure that some of them were very proud of what they did. And I think that's a good place to stop and open it up to questions.
It was asbestos.
Yeah.
It would cost them over $1 billion to take all the asbestos out.
Exactly.
And wasn't there also something with the foundations? It was not stable. The buildings were not structurally sound either.
They were too high for the foundation.
Exactly.